take a nap afterwards. I gotta get through this. I gotta get through this. Really gotta listen to Danny Bedingfield more. He needs to bring back an album. Hey guys, my name's Gloria and welcome back to my channel where I review all kinds of books and also document my quest to become a published writer. Today's book surprisingly is not a horror, but because this is my first video of the week, I like to recommend a small booktuber, which is anyone under 1,000 subscribers, and the person I've picked today is called Alicia Reads, and Alicia has all of the energy I wish that I had. She does loads of different great bookish content. She's got the TBR, she's got the monthly reviews, she's got the book reviews, she's got the recommendation videos, all the good stuff, and I just like her energy. She's got good stuff going there, so you should definitely check out her channel and subscribe if you like what she's doing. But for myself today, I read a fantasy and it was not in any way horror. It was, you know, a little bit dark, a little bit of murder going on, but definitely wasn't a horror. So that was a nice change, and it was also written by an Irish woman, and that book is Queen of Coin and Whispers by Helen Corcoran. And this is a fantasy book. Fantasy as in, I don't know if is this called high fantasy? I'm not sure. Fantasy as in it's about nobility and queens and kingdoms and all that jazz, but unfortunately no dragons or magic. So Queen of Coin and Whispers is full of royalty, it's full of forbidden romance, of murders and spies and revenge, and also gays. And when I say this is full of gays, I mean this is full of gays. It's not just the main characters. There's a whole plethora of a heck of a lot of characters in this that are gay or bi or something, and in this universe that's totally fine. The only issue is when you're expected to have an heir for some reason, so, and that kind of does affect our main couple in this. So it is the story of Leia, who is just about to become queen. Her uncle, who sort of may have usurped her father out of the throne, has just died, and her mother have been living in the northern part of their country, their kingdom, and they've been living among the people and seeing the real poverty that these people have been going through, and her entire life she has been brought up to know that she will one day inherit the throne and become queen. And so she is now becoming queen. She has had a good friend who, they shouldn't really be friends because they are at different levels, different statuses in society, but she saved his life as children, of course, and they've been great friends ever since, and he's been in the kingdom gathering secrets for her. He's able to tell her who she needs to make alliances with, who's a real danger and whatnot, and she wants to become queen to undo the entire mess that her greedy and idiot uncle created. And in doing so, he decides to, I think his name is Matthias? I'm pretty sure it's Matthias. Matthias decides to nominate someone to be her Whispers, and the Whispers is sort of the secret bodyguard. They create a sort of secret spy network to put out feelers about bad things that could be happening, to put out good rumours about the Queen, and to just figure out where attacks might come from and where political assassinations might come from. And he chooses Zanya, and Xenia, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, is the daughter of a man that trained him and who used to work for the other nobility, and they are both convinced that Xenia's father was actually murdered, and both of their shtick kind of is to find out exactly what happened to him, why he died, and to try and avenge his murder. So when Xenia initially is asked to do this, she thinks, I'm not qualified for this. I'm an accountant in the treasury. That's the coin part. But when he convinces her that she could potentially solve her father's murder and avenge him, she decides to do it. And of course, the moment they set eyes on each other, there are sparks flying, and Xenia and Leia like each other. But of course there is the added layers of Xenia trying to concentrate on her now deadly job and trying to avenge her father. There's Leia is worried that because she's queen, if she makes any kind of a move, Xenia isn't really allowed to say no. It would be incredibly rude of her to say no to any kind of advances, even if she doesn't want to, which is horrible. But those two begin to fall in love, and it becomes quite complicated, as in any other levels, Leia would happily marry her and everything would be fine, but because she's the queen and because she is supposed to produce an heir to the throne, it kind of gets very complicated, and she kind of has to choose between wanting to fix the country that she has grown up to love and grown up to be able to fix, or choosing the woman that she loves. And Xenia has to possibly put aside thoughts of avenging her father, and she has to keep this secret from absolutely everybody that she is the Whispers as well. And without spoiling it, there are quite a few, there's a couple of murders, there's quite a few assassination attempts on a number of people, and it all gets quite dangerous and quite, the waters get muddy. You're not quite sure who to trust and what's going on at all times. So that is the gist of Queen of Coins and Whispers by Helen Corcoran, who is from Cork. That was not a Cork accent, by the way. I would never even try and do a Cork accent. So like I said, there's no issue with gay people in this. There are a number of gay characters who just happen to have women who have wives and men who have husbands and whatnot. It doesn't really matter. I think it was a nice escape to read a fantasy book like this, where it's not a gay story about LGBT people being like relentlessly hounded or pushed out of society for that very reason. It was a nice, entertaining sort of escape from the horribleness of homophobia, to be honest with you. And as I understand it, not that uncommon in history. And I mean, that was my worst subject in school, but I do think that especially with higher ups, rich people, you know, the old money, as long as you're not besmirching the family name, they didn't really care, and as long as you produced an heir and carried on the name, who cares who was in your bed all the other times, you know? So it's a story with a lot of layers, and it's a story with, it was a little complicated for me because their sort of class system is based on steps, and like the higher the number, the better it is. So I think in the beginning of her life, Xenia was step 3, and then her mother married up once her father died to step 5, and then she could possibly become step 7 if she married up again. It's quite complicated. There's a lot of allegiances that need to be made with nobility and sort of things to get your head around, and just proved to me that I could not in any way work in politics because it would just explode my mind. But it did keep it interesting. It kept you wondering where the next poison teacup was going to come from, or the next man stabbing you from around the corner in the secret hallways. I felt that their relationship was very authentic. Obviously, I think the writer Helen Corcoran is gay herself, so it was very authentic. They were both sort of hesitant to be the first to make the move and everything, because you don't want to be clinging on to your queen and get yourself killed, and then as a queen you don't want to be pushing things on to someone that you like that they might not want to do. So it was, those sort of elements were quite interesting, and it was just lovely to see this sort of there are a couple of points where Leia has to make, well, she doesn't have to make, but she chooses to make subtle but very public displays of her affections for Zanya in different ceremonies, in different dress and stuff, which is all very you need to be in the know kind of thing. But that was really nice. That was a very romantic touch to it. It does get quite dark in the end, and it does get quite very tense, very dangerous, but I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I think that she did a great job with it, and I think that if you're looking for a luxuriant fantasy tale with lots of gays and lots of moida, you should definitely check out Queen of Coin and Whispers. So that is my review for today. A great lesbian fantasy tale away from Irlande, and don't forget to check out Alicia Reads and her great videos. I shall be back very soon in my next video. I shall also be announcing a cool giveaway for my Instagram, so you should definitely follow me on Instagram for that. I'll be posting a little announcement on here as well. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you like what I do here, you can like and subscribe down below. I'm hoping to get to 200 subscribers by the end of the year, and I can't believe I've reached over 100 already. So thank you so much, and I shall see you in the next video.